Now we will consider one more problem. It is a combination of point loads and UDL. So now we have taken left as free and right as fixed. And previously the left hand was fixed and right hand as free. So anyhow, any end free and one end is free and another end is fixed. Okay. Now let us draw first the bending moment diagrams or M by ear diagrams for the each load. So whenever now if I consider 25 kilonewton, you have to forget about 30 and 50. Assume that these two are not there. Only due to this, what is the bending moment here? 25 into 3, that is 75. Of course, bending moments, you know that now we are coming from the left side. Left side clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative. So this is anti-clockwise. Hence again, all diagrams will be negative. 25 into 3, 75 here. Now you consider 30. At that time you have to forget 25 and 15. Only 30. 30 into 1, that is 30 by EI. Because when you consider 30, there will be no bending moment diagram between E and B, because this is already not there, this is also not there. Next, you forget about 25 and 30, you take only 15 kilonewton and draw the bending moment diagram. It is 15 into 1 by 2, that is 7.5 by E. So once if you draw the bending moment diagrams or M by E diagrams, then where you are finding the deflection, you have to find out the distance of CCs of each figure with respect to the point where you are finding the deflection. Your object is to find the slope and deflection at the free end, that is A. So now to get the deflection at A, we need to calculate the distances of CCs of each figure or each M by E diagram with respect to A. Now it is a triangle. You know that from the zero end it is 2/3 of the base. It is 2/3 of 3. 2/3 of 3 is 2 meter. Coming to this one next. The figure is here. If you calculate first, you have to calculate this because this is a triangle. It is 2/3 of 1 plus you have to add this, that is 2. Here if you take here, x2 bar is, this is 2 plus 2/3 of 2. That comes 2.67 meter. Now area number 3, this is the parabolic curve. Parabolic curve is know that 1/3 into base into height. 1 by 3, what is base is 1 meter, height is 7.5 by ear. So if you simplify that, you are going to get 2.5 by ear. Next, x3 bar, you know that from here to here, it is 3/4 of base. It is 3/4 of 1 plus 2. This is 2 plus 3/4 of 1. That is coming 2.75 meter. And this area is again 1 by 2 base into height. 1 by 2 into 1 into 30 by ear. So once if you calculate the areas and the distance of CCs with respect to the point where you are finding the deflection, these data is ready now. Now slope at A. How to calculate slope at A now? Actually, you have to take the area of the bending moment diagrams between A and C. That gives you theta A minus theta C, but theta C is 0 now. Therefore, directly you will get here theta A. It is nothing but the area of the bending moment diagram between A and C. So there are 3 figures. You have to take this. Sigma A means A1 plus A2 plus A3. A1 is 112.5, A2 is 15 and A3 is 2.5. So if you sum up all those 3, you will get 130 by ear. Actually it is all areas are minus, directly at the end I will take. Otherwise here also you can take A1 minus, A2 minus, A3 minus. Then also you will be getting it. It is also no problem. So it is 130 by ear. Now to get the deflection at the free end, what you need to do? You have to take the area moment of each area about the end A. That is nothing but here A1 into x1 bar plus A2 into x2 bar, A3 into x3 bar. That is what I have written here. You already calculated A1 x1 as well as A2 x2 bar, A3 x3 bar. So 112.5 into 2 plus A2 x2 bar 15 into 2.67 plus 2.5 into 2.75. If you multiply all 3, A1 x1 bar plus A2 x2 bar plus A3 x3 bar, you are going to get here 271.93 divided by ER. This is what this is the slope at the free end and this is the deflection at the free end. Now we will have another problem here, that is 2 point loads and 1 UDL. But here it is asked to calculate the slope and deflection at one of the intermediate point or under this 30 kN load B. Earlier we have calculated slope and deflection at the free end. Now we need to calculate on one of the point on the cantilever. That is, say now here it has been asked to slope at B and deflection at B. Now whenever the slope at B is asked, now we have to consider the area between the point where you are calculating the slope. Another point is C, that is where slope is 0. Always at the fixed and slope is 0. You should not take the area between A and B. If you take area between A and B, it gives you theta B minus theta A. So theta A is also there, theta B is also there. You are not going to get directly slope at B. Suppose if you take the area between B and C, it gives you theta B minus theta C, but theta C is 0 because C is a fixed end. So directly we will get here theta B. Therefore, you need to take the areas between B and C. One point is where you are finding the slope. Another point is it is a fixed end. You cannot take other than that. So always one point here, whenever you consider area between 2 points, first point is where you are calculating the slope. Another point is the fixed end. Here B is the point where you are calculating slope. C is the fixed end. Now, though here the Benneville diagram is here, you should consider only this part. This I have to consider only this much part. So now this will become a trapezium portion. This is as usual a rectangular, triangular portion. This is anyhow these two diagrams are between B and C only, but whereas this diagram is between A, C. So whereas you should consider only area between B and C. So this trapezium area I will split into two parts, one rectangle and one triangle. So you need to calculate for that what is this ordinate. 25 into 2, it will become 50. So 25 into 3, 75, you have calculated like that. So if this is 50, out of 75, this 50 means this will become 25. Means the rectangle height is 55, the triangle height is 25. Now therefore, you will get here 4 areas between C and B. Previously when we took the area between A and C, this was a single triangle, so we have considered that. Now it has been split into 2 parts, hence you will get here 4 areas. Now, what is area number 1? It is a rectangle, 1 into 50. This is a 50 by here. Next, I will consider A2. This is a triangle. It is 1 by 2, base is height 1, height is 25. 1 by 2, and that is 12.5. A3, this is also a rectangle, triangle. 1 by 2, base is 1, height is 30. So it will become 15 by here. A4 is a parabolic curve. It is 1/3 of base into height. 1/3 into 1 into height is 7.5. So it comes 2.5 by here. So if you want the slope, you know that slope at any point is equals to area of the Benneville diagram between that point. Another point is the fixed end, that is C. If you take the area summation of all the areas between B and C, that is going to give you give you the required slope at B. That is nothing but summation of areas of M by ER diagram between B and C. There are 4 areas, A1, A2, A3, A4. If you add here this 50 by EI plus 12.5 EI plus 15 by EI plus 2.5 by EI, you are going to get 80 by EI, which is nothing but slope at B. Now to get this deflection at B, now you have to take the moment of areas of between B and C about B, because you are finding the deflection at B. Now you need to find the distance of CG of each figure with respect to B. Earlier when you wanted to calculate the deflection at A, the distance of CGs was calculated with respect to A. Now you are calculating deflection at B, hence what you need to do is you have to calculate the areas of each figure with respect to B. Now it is a rectangle, so x1 bar means half the rectangle is at the center, so 1 by 2, that is 0.5 meter. What is x2 bar? This is a triangle. From here it is 2/3 of base, that is 2/3 of 1, it will be 0.67 meter. This is also 2/3 of 1 because this is also a triangle. It is also 2/3 of 1, 0.67. Here it is a parabolic curve. From this it gives you x4 is equals to 3/4 of base. 3/4, what is the base here? 1. So it will be 3/4 of base, means it will be coming 0.75 meter. Now to calculate the deflection, you have to take the moment of Benneville M by ER diagram about B, because CJ you are taken with respect to B. Hence A1 x1 bar plus A2 x2 bar plus A3 x3 bar plus A4 x4 bar. If you do that, that is going to give you the required deflection at B. That is YB equals to A1 x1 bar plus A2 x2 bar plus A3 x3 bar plus A4 x4 bar. You have A1 x1 bar, A2 x2 bar, A3 x3 bar, A4 x4. If you multiply and simplify, you are going to get the answer as 45.3 divided by EI. This is the required answer for deflection at B.